Hi, everyone. This is John with another tip to help you live a more joyful and peaceful life. You might notice my unusual t-shirt today with the flamingos on it. I just returned from a weekend event up in St. Petersburg, Florida called Flip the Flamingo. It started on Valentine's Day, so this year's theme was Caught in Cupid's Crossfire. And it was a square dancing event called a fly-in, and it's called a fly-in because people fly in from all over the country to participate in a whole weekend of square dancing. Now, why in the world, how is that related to anything spiritual? Well, I had a big aha moment, and it's related to one of the foundational principles from A Course in Miracles, where the Course says that the ego, the voice for fear, is always about separating things and the voice for love, spirit, is always about bringing things together. And what I noticed about square dancing is that it attracts a certain type of person, a little silly like myself, but people that like to have fun. But I noticed the club that I joined about 5 months ago, the people are so nice, so kind, so welcoming. And what I experienced at this fly-in, that people from all over the country have those same qualities. And I thought, what is it about square dancing that attracts that kind of person? And it occurred to me that well, one, it's a silly thing to do. The names of the calls, box the gnat, spin the top, all these these things are silly. But there's no competition in this activity. It's all about collaboration. In fact, if people don't work together, it doesn't work. You end up in the wrong spot, or it's something where, I had a rude awakening the first dance of the event. I felt like, oh my God, what have I done? This is so stressful. It was different colors, different space, different people, different everything. And I was a deer in the headlights, like, what is happening right now? But the thing about it was that everyone wants to help. They kind of nudge me in this direction or spin me around, or in smaller groups, the caller will stop and say, John, turn around. Like, oh, this makes more sense. But it's all about working together towards a common goal of having fun, but also completing the dance so we all end up back where we started, but while doing all these fun moves or different movements. And they add little flourishes like, you know, just whooping and hollering, or they have these little sayings. There's a California twirl, and everyone says, dude, when it happens. So there's just a joyful energy about it. And boy, couldn't we all use a little more of that joyful energy and that collaboration energy. It's very easy to see how divisive, how the voice for fear is separating so many of us into us versus them. If they would just change, or they're the problem. And I just encourage you to find a way to shift your thoughts from competition and separation more often to collaboration and working together towards a common goal, because that's the only way we're going to restore harmony, is to choose thoughts, choose activities that are bringing people together. So whether it's a square dancing club in your area, or maybe a community garden, or maybe a cause that you're passionate about, there's a subtle difference between joining and being against something and joining for a common cause that you believe in. Most of us have heard that story about Mother Teresa, where she said, well, don't invite me to an anti-war rally because I don't want to go to anything anti, but I will be glad to come to a peace rally. And it may seem like the same thing, but there's a subtle difference in the energy of joining something because you're for something and joining something because you're against something. Now, I'm not saying don't do protests or rallies or stand up for what you believe in. That's not the point. It's about when we can do the very same action. I can show up at a rally to show my displeasure with something, but it's because I'm for love. I'm for harmony. I'm for working together for a common solution that is inclusive of everyone and respects everyone's rights. So Anyway, I just had so much fun at that event, and it was such a beautiful example of what's possible when we come together. Now, if you're looking for an opportunity to come together, visit my website, johnharoldmoore.com. One of the things that I do is called Family Constellations, and it's a great way to bring people together for a common goal to help each other heal from family patterns that have been repeating for generations that are really tripping us up and not helping us. So I've got some live events coming up. I also do private sessions virtually, thanks to technology. And if you'd also like some information about one-on-one spiritual coaching with me, I base it all on A Course in Miracles and other spiritual tools I picked up along the way and practiced myself. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you get out there and do a do-si-do or do something that joins you with other people and know that we are all in this together and we're going to get through this by collaborating.